Hi, did you know that you can save millions of money by just avoiding penalties in taxes? So today I'm going to walk you through how you can file uh, your reversal of a penalty if you were slapped with a penalty with URA, and from now onwards you are going to know how in such cases when you have suffered these penalties you know what to do at first. So what you would do if you're really sure that it was not your fault or you had any challenge to filing your tax return on time, you would actually opt for a reversal of this penalty, and basically you would know everything is online, and you would just file an appeal for URA to reverse that penalty, of course giving a reason of why you delayed to pay your tax return, and you are going to be um, able to do that online right here with me, and we are going to go along with this system, with this platform of URA to succeed to avoid these penalties that we face. So I'm working on a client who suffered the same case recently, where there was a penalty that was slapped, but this happened when actually this company has just made a year, and they did not have any idea of what happens when a period passes by or a year passes by without filing their provisional income tax. So the mistake was that they did not file the provisional income tax on time. So when they reached a point of filing these provisional income tax, they were slapped fine. They were slapped a fine to that effect. So this is an email that was sent to them, reminding them about their contribution of the provisional income tax, but this came after they were not noticed about their due to file the annual the provisional income tax. So this was to do with payment, yet they had not filed the provisional income tax so from this we did it that we filed the reversal of penalty, so that we can get away with that fee from our end. So let's go back here and we start. So you come to URA website. I guess you just type in ura.go.ug, and then you come to the platform like this, and then you would come and click here. You go to the portal, and now if you have not yet registered with your if you have not yet registered with URA to access your portal where you would transact or you would file everything to do with the taxes, you will have to come and log in or register. You register your company. You send your TIN number to URA staff. Actually, you just need to even use this. You would also need to use this chatbot here. You would speak to this chatbot. It helps, and then they give you the natural person, the physical person, or like the human to talk to you, and he or she will send you passwords, a one-time password that you will come and use here, so that you can be able to now use your personal password, and then you access the portal. So but if you already have this, you just need to use your TIN number and then the password. But if you don't have one, I said that you can use the chatbot here. Let me see whether I can remove this. The chatbot here, you just under my image here, you can see something that is breaking. Yes, you click on this chatbot, and then you write your name, and then your phone number, and then the email. If it is a company, of course you write the company's name, and then a phone number, then the email. Then you start the chatbot, then you explain that you want to log into your URA portal, and then they will give you options whether to speak to anyone, and then you will choose that you want to chat with a human, and then they will give you a contact person, and then you will explain that you want to log into your URA portal. Then they will they will ask you a personal email if you used before the company email, and then they will send you a one-time password to your personal email, and then you will use that email and then your TIN number here, and then you would be able to log in. So before you log in directly, they will ask you to change the password, and then you will use that one-time password they give you as the first password, and then you will get your password that you will be able to remember, and then going forward you'll be able to log in to URA portal. So I already did that. So for me, I will come and I just write in this this cap 6 C, then G, then B, G, and then U. Then I will be able to log in. So after logging in, it will process just a little bit, and then I will skip this, and then I will also skip this. So after coming to the portal here, I will have to look for objections and appeals. Remember, we are trying to see how we can file reverse of penalty if we have been slapped with a penalty with URA. So I will come to object the penalty, objection and appeals. Then I will come just down here. It's the last one, apply for penalty reversal. Remember, if you do not do anything with your penalty, the penalty will keep on they will inject interest to that amount, and then you will find out that your company is increasing in debt as via these penalties that you have been not seeing. So you have to do that, or you pay if you really know that it was your problem, to skip filing or paying the tax that is required. So I will come and click to that, apply to reverse of penalty. So then here they will bring me this. I have no penalty, but I will just use this platform to show you what to do. It is not a very difficult procedure. It is very easy. It is very easy to do. So there is no penalty, so you would not see any clear or a very a complete thing. But as I told you that this is just to show you step by step what to do. So coming here, you do not fill in yet anything. You just come to search PRN. You come here to search PRN. Yes, you come here to search PRN, and then you will click to search PRN. Also, what I didn't tell you is that they send you an email after you have filed. If you delayed to file the provisional tax return or the annual tax return, but then you eventually file late, then they will automatically send you this notice that you have a penalty to pay of filing late these taxes or these returns or tax returns. So that email, it's where you will see the amount that is demanded from you via the penalty clause, and then you will be knowing already. You'll be aware of how much you have to pay. So right here you will come then to see you will come to see this. Then you will put in the period that you have delayed to file the return, or since from which time to which time of which this return accrue. Then I will choose randomly. Let's make a year. Let's make a year. It's usually a year. It's usually a year. So I will make 2025 from 2025 from 2025 July, like exactly this time, 13th. I will use 13th. So 13th. But in the email they will show you, and the email that will indicate that you have been fined. They will be showing you the date from which time to which time you have failed to pay on time. So I will also put in here this time, 13th. Then I will search. But here you have to also put in the amount that you want to be reversed, or you want to be excused. So maybe if you have been informed of 2 million or 1 million, you will have to put in the 1 million, that it's the one that you want to be excused, or 10 million, or whatever penalty that has been shown to you, and then you will come and search. So the search engine will search out the information touching about that that a penalty that is facing your company or your entity, and then they will display it. So here I will have I've searched, but they say that no records found. So meaning that here I am good, the company is okay, and there is no penalty yet that is facing my company or our companies, our client's company. So here it's good, and here you would have to congratulate yourself that you are doing well with your tax kind of affairs with URA. But if there is already that email that indicates that you have to pay the annual tax return or the penalty, then the information will come and the system will take you automatically to where you came from here, and then they will input automatically that information here. They will insert the information here. They will insert the information of your PRN here, and then the dates, and then the penalty, and then the penalty will be here automatically. That will have to be automatic. Then you will have then to write the reason why you have to why this penalty need to be waived or reversed. So you will have to explain what caused you to forget, what caused you not to file things on time, and then for that reason they will have for those reasons they should consider reversing the penalty. So after that you will have to submit. Of course, you have to select here whether you want to submit this by email or by office or Dropbox. Of course, you can choose any of what you want that is convenient for you, but most likely by mail or tax office. Of course, everything tax office. Yes, tax office. I usually in such cases I use tax office. Things come on via as well online via email, so tax office is okay. So if you choose tax office and then you have written a bit like a paragraph of reasons, and then you submit, there you automatically within seconds they will send you a document that you have indeed filed you have filed the appeal to reverse the tax penalty, requesting for the reversal. So after that, it will be now time to wait for the feedback. I don't know how long it can take, but you have to get waiting and see when they would get back to you, whether they have accepted the reason you gave, whether whether they have maintained their decision that you need to pay the penalty. But in case you have not been satisfied with the feedback they have given you, and you when they are insisting that you have to pay the penalty, yes, from then if you insist that you have a valid reason or grounds why you do not need to pay this penalty, you have then to appeal to the tax tribunal, and then you find out how you can get away with the penalty. Yes, this is very important because sometimes penalties can be quite higher, and then it is something that a company do not want to see, because it calls for expenses and unnecessary expenses. But before we go into all this filing penalties, paying penalties, we have to consider always to see that our companies are in very good terms with the tax office, so that we can avoid unnecessary expenses. Otherwise, you would continue reaching out to me or to us just in comment section, or you can also look out the email under this YouTube contact information. That is the very email that we are using. You can reach out to us, or you can also check out in the comment section or write that you need to be contacted, or you can just use basically the email that is under the contact details of this YouTube channel. Just mention that you watch this video, and then I will get back to you, and then we can talk. Otherwise, this is wonderful for me to share with you, but also I would request you not to forget to subscribe. It is very important, because it is when this video can reach out to very many people that are interested in avoiding these kinds of mess, and then we see our companies, our entities, our business growing without unnecessary expenses such as these ones. Until then, I wish you the best, and I also remind you to like and also share to your friends or to your colleagues, and also subscribe. Yes, have a nice time. Ciao.